I'm Matt with eTrailer, and today we're talking about the WeatherTech Custom Bed Mat and our 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Now this is going to be a great fit for you if you're looking for something that's going to give you that custom fit, but also give you more of a clean finish to the back of your bed. And if you are hauling any more heavy, bulky items that are more prone to scratching up your bed or even denting it, then this is going to help alleviate it. So let's check it out. With this being a custom fit, it's going to be able to really accommodate to the curvature or all the bends and divots to your vehicle. So if you look right here at this corner, you'll notice we're not really getting a great fit. And that's because this is straight out of the box. We had this held down in place for a couple hours. We're still getting a little bit of curling. So that's going to be due to it being straight out of the box and also it not being installed all the way. Because we're going to have this adhesive strip on the bottom. Once you remove this paper, then it will stick down and then it will use a hook and loop to attach to each other. The reason we're not fully installing it is because we're just doing this for demonstration purposes today, just to give you an idea how this looks. And something you can do to help really form this to your vehicle and its contours is just to put some heavier items down in these spots where it's curling up in, so it can really learn the shape of your vehicle. Especially if you have this outside for a couple hot days, it'll learn the shape. But we can take a closer look at how it does contour to our vehicle. So I'm coming over to the other side, and it's really working around, and where we have these divots is even bending in that spot too. It's working underneath any anchor points we have as well, so you don't have to worry about it covering any of that up. And what I really like is these high sidewalls too, because if you do have anything that does have a lot of spillage to it, it's going to prevent that from seeping over and then getting underneath your mat. We're contouring around our wheel well and even around this back anchor point right here too. So you can tell this is very much designed to fit in our bed today. As for the material, it's going to be made out of a UV resistant thermoplastic. And that's something to really think about too, is you probably want this to be UV resistant because it is going to be sitting outside a whole lot of the time when you are using it, unless you have a tonneau cover that's covering the top of it. But yeah, this is going to be constantly being hit by the sun, so you're going to want something that is resistant against that. And the thermoplastic does make this very durable. It's very strong, and it still does have some flex. Not as much as some other options, but something you got to keep in mind is if you do put something back here and let's say this is already curled a little bit and it's applying pressure to this, then that could make this mat really learn that shape. So you don't want that to happen. So when you are loading this up with whatever gear you have, make sure that's fully flushed with your vehicle so you don't get any bends. And since this is going to be outside a lot, cleaning it is going to be another thing you got to think about too. Already we have a bunch of footprints in here, but cleaning it isn't too bad, honestly. Just like using my thumb, I can already wipe off some of this lighter stuff. Now if you have anything that's a little bit more heavy duty, you can just take this mat right out. It's actually not too bad because it's just being held in place with those hook and loops. And a couple things you could do is you could use some of the WeatherTech mat cleaner, or you could just get a hose and some soapy water, hose it off, let it dry for a bit, and then throw it back in here. In my opinion, I think this is going to be a great option if you are looking for something that's going to get a lot of coverage, especially with these high sidewalls. If you're hauling maybe some lighter duty items, or you're just more worried about some spillage or anything getting underneath the mat, then I think this is going to be really good for that. If you're constantly getting in the back of your truck though, and kneeling down, and you really don't need those high sidewalls, then I'd recommend the Access bed mat. That's also going to be another custom fit, but it's going to be made out of a 1/2 inch thick polyester fiber. So it's going to be a little bit softer to work on. It's not going to be as rough on your knees or trying to move anything around. But the counterpoint is, it's not going to have those high sidewalls. And honestly, I'm a big fan of them because they do two things. They prevent a lot of that water from seeping under, like I was talking about earlier, but also gives you this really nice custom fit I think it makes the back of our vehicle look a lot more clean, and it looks more custom fit or OEM on our vehicle. But that's just a look at the WeatherTech Custom Bed Mat in our 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Thanks for watching.